Oh, 101.
101. That's like Russ.
Yeah.
Russ, you're not 101.
as old
You're,
as
you're
me.
like 99,
I'm 2 days
right?
Look
younger
at that.
than
We're
Dirk.
on. We're on already. Instantly on. Hey. And we're in downtown Whitensville.
The booming metropolis.
Yeah.
Of
I'll tell you,
Whitensville,
there aren't a lot of storefronts empty in there.
No,
in
they're
town.
doing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Russ's wife told him to wear a different sweatshirt there.
It's whatever's on top. I just grabbed that. I hate to come in business dress.
Hey, we just got over the Super Bowl. It was a great Super Bowl.
It was very good.
I thought that was a great game.
Good ball game.
Went, was
Yeah.
close all the way through. I mean, you didn't know it could go either way, and I thought they both did a great job.
The bigger game was the impeachment.
Oh my God!
That was the biggest game there was.
Oh, that's pretty amazing, huh?
It's such a joke.
You get that?
Oh, and how ridiculous is she? Like a 4-year-old.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
you know though,
a little
she can go to
childish.
jail for 3 years for that
Really? Or she put her in jail.
because
Well, you know what? We'll probably have to pay for the next facelift.
if you can go to jail for 3 years for destroying government documents,
Yeah.
and that's a government document.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't that concern you a little bit that somebody that childish is actually Speaker of the House?
Let's go to the next step.
Speaker of the House.
These people want to run the country.
Yeah.
They can't get a caucus right.
Oh, I heard.
I
about
mean,
that.
come on.
I know.
You can't get the caucus right?
Yeah.
Come-
Well, let's face it. That was done to keep Bernie in check.
They're trying to stick it to him again.
Oh, yeah, they will. They want
That's what they were
Buttigieg.
doing. That's what they were
They
doing.
want Young. They want Buttigieg.
They want to burn Bernie again.
Yep.
Yep.
How?
You see what I did?
Look, number
Feel the
one,
burn?
he's not a Democrat.
Yeah.
No, he's a communist.
He's an independent.
Yeah, well, he's more of a
And he
communist.
runs in the Democratic primary for
Yeah.
president because he couldn't run. If he ran as an independent for president, he'd get the same amount of votes as Ralph Nader.
None.
Yeah.
6.
So
His
I mean,
family.
he knows that, and he knows that to win, you gotta run with one of the major parties, and that's what he's trying to do. And 4 years ago, they burnt him,
Yeah.
and they're trying to do it again. They
He'll
don't
try
want
it again
him-
in 4 years from now. He'll be there again.
Good. No, he'll be 84 years old.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, he can run. He can run, but that
He'll
doesn't
always
mean
be
No,
Funny.
he can't run. He'll have a heart attack.
right.
He'll always be funny. That's for sure.
I mean, people are going to say, "Wait a minute, I'm going to vote for an 84-year-old. Could be in there for 8 years.
Hey, isn't Trump like
Be
70?
92 when he get."
How old is Trump?
Come on.
70 something? Guy's in pretty good shape for
72.
being in his
He
70s,
was
huh?
72.
No, he's older than that. Because I'll be 72. He's older than that.
Oh, I was thinking of you being president. 72.
You can be president.
Actually, it's not a bad deal. You know that if you hire the person you have that handles all your advertising gets 5% of whatever they spend,
Mm-hmm.
and they get that the automatic paycheck to them. So if they spend $1 million, you get 5% of $1 million now. They're spending 10, 20, almost
Oh,
$1
it's
billion.
ridiculous. Every time you turn, every commercial is some
You know
politics.
who his advertising agent is?
No.
His wife.
Ivanka?
Now, just bringing that up.
Ivanka?
Now, Ivanka.
She's the advertising?
No, Bernie's wife.
Oh, Bernie's
Oh, I
wife.
thought you meant.
No,
Oh, Bernie's
Bernie's wife is his agent for
Oh, so
advertising.
she's getting money by doing that.
She gets 5% of whatever they spend. That's how he bought that third house up in Vermont, up on Lake Champlain.
Not a very
It's
good
just-
communist.
It's just, well, that's the problem. It's just, you live the way I want you to live. I'm not doing that.
Now,
Yeah,
under
you do it.
communism, government officials live well.
Oh, that's
People
why,
get crap.
that's why he wants it then.
Under socialism, the head of Venezuela. He lives pretty good, doesn't he?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a
The
while.
guy, well, the guy is supposedly president now.
I don't know, but I
I'll
wouldn't want.
guarantee
I
you-
wouldn't want to be living well in Venezuela right now. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but I'll
want-
guarantee you he lives well.
in any way. I know people that live well in Venezuela right
Yeah.
now, but it means nothing. The doctors
Under
and
under the under the Soviet Union, all the officials lived well. They
like
had great
government
housing.
officials. Government officials. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That must be the guy from Venezuela, con
Probably well.
Guayo.
Go ahead, you're on.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
All
Hey,
right.
Yeah.
Haven't called in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll go from there. I was going to say, just in case anybody doubts it, I want to verify my elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. Not even close. I tried to call last week for about the last 40 minutes, and I couldn't get the thing to even connect. So it's like in my brain, there's a wire loose, but thank God that ended the next day. But I was trying, so we'll go from there. Can someone explain to me? They had a selectmen's meeting on December 13th. The next one was scheduled the 27th, and was supposed to be scheduled the 27th. It wasn't on. Nothing came on this Monday, which would have been the third week.
Okay, I can
And
tell you.
there's nothing posted. So, is there any information
Yeah,
on?
I can tell you what happened last Monday because we get the schedule because the guys here cover it.
Okay.
They broadcast it. Well, they didn't have a quorum. They had 3 of the members couldn't make the meeting, so they had to cancel it.
Oh, pick me. Pick me. I can bet you who the two members that were going to show up.
Yep.
Charlie and Tom.
Yep.
And the other 3, who the hell knows what they're doing half the time. You don't want to show up, get out.
It used to be 1, sometimes 2. Now it's 2 is the over and under, the prop bet for the Super Bowl. If it had been a family problem or concern, and Russ and Harry, you understand this, I'd bolt out of that meeting in a heartbeat or cancel it without even thinking about it.
No.
You take care of your family first.
Absolutely.
But there's not making meetings. Guys, if you don't want to be on there, get the hell off, okay? And let somebody
sense.
be on there. But, we've got all these new people in town that have come in the last 20 years that want to spend us into the 28th century, but they don't want to get on boards. They don't want to get on boards.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we didn't have a contest the last year. Are we gonna have one this year?
We haven't had contests for just about hardly anything in the last 8-10 years.
Yeah, we could probably cancel the election and save some money.
The only thing we've had is questions.
I can't thank you enough because I wanted to bring this up later, and this is you doing it is even better. It's just crazy.
Well, the thing is, when you, this is going to hit home once again for you two guys. When you make the effort to go to the meeting, get your pamphlet, do your homework, be prepared, have a long day at work, a quick supper, run to the meeting. You don't want to be late. School committee selectmen, 1 term on each. Never missed a meeting. Never late for a meeting. Never had to abstain from a vote. Never did not vote because I did my homework. And I spoke my mind and my piece, and on a lot of times, especially in the school committee, I got my head clobbered in. But I didn't give a damn. I kept voting the way I thought was right. Many, many times I got a courtesy second, meaning I will back you, but I'm not promising you my vote. Can't ask for any more than that. I get to speak my piece. But you make the effort to go, and people don't show up, and then they waste your time. And that is so. I'd like to say it in the Queen's English. So aggravating that it's just nonsense. So So my message there is, as a lifelonger in a townie, if you don't want to serve, turn your papers in tomorrow. Doreen will be there. Or Linda will be there. Resign. Okay? Enough's enough. Okay? And enough on that. And I just want to say that thank you to Russ for taking on the fire department issue. I know you'll probably be going over the meeting, and then you'll have Barry calling. So between it, I wanted to get my call in and go from there. And, like I said, to tell you that I personally appreciate you taking on that project along along with what you're dealing with in your house without looking out the window.
What? Hey, we got a lot of steel, bud. A lot of
Yeah,
steel
it's really
going up.
gone up.
I'm seeing trucks again like it was starting all over.
To that situation, I had a meeting with the architect this week. They're talking about trees and stuff, and he had gotten a hold of me, and I went in, and I actually got a distant tour and then a paper tour of what's going on. The guy's a great guy. It's Antoni. It's Tony. His name's Anton. But Tony is a very cool guy. He will show you anything you want to know. He'll discuss anything you want to discuss. We had the discussion about the it was kind of funny because one day I got home early and it was like 2:30 and I was going to go in and you can't go in because that's a blackout.
Right.
2:15 to 3 o'clock is a blackout. Can't go in the construction site. And it's funny to watch like early morning. Either they'll deliver steel or they'll be bringing in cement, and they can't leave. They're stuck there until the school is in session. Then they open the gate
I'm
back
sure
up.
that makes the dispatcher happy.
Oh, I'm sure it makes the dispatcher real happy. But hey, those are the blackout hours, so you're not
Yep.
getting involved with the kids or the school buses.
Right.
He did. We talked about the trees situation with the trees. There's one of the neighbors has an allergy to pine, so they're changing the configuration of the trees so that she doesn't have any kind of
Well, that's
reaction.
good. That's good cooperation.
They are being phenomenally cooperative.
That's good.
They make sure that they clean the streets every night.
I noticed
There's
that.
a street cleaner out there every night till 5:30, 6 o'clock. They are. They have a detail of guys that anything that flies around that's trash, it's picked up that night. He's very specific about what he does, and they're on schedule. They're laying the pads for the overhangs. The foundation is done. I don't know if you got it down by you, but when they put the sealer on the outside of the foundation, they used a new type of sealer. Oof. Like for 2 weeks, because it takes that long to cure.
Wow.
It was ungodly. But again, it's all in sequence. And anybody that wants to go down there and ask a question, they'll give you the answer and they'll show it to you. They're doing a good job.
They make you wear a hard hat.
Oh yeah, I have my own. I have my
I
own
was
from
gonna say,
work.
'cause you
I go
can't-
on
Shows up with
construction
a
sites
hat.
all the time.
Shows up
Well, you can't go in there with a
No,
hard
no.
hat.
my own,
In my place, it's hard hat, earphones, earplugs, glasses, and a Kevlar jacket.
Yeah.
So, because we're glass. So I have all that nonsense. But yeah, they're really, it's noisy every day. There's a lot of banging going on. But when they got 3 stories, 2 sections up.
Yeah, I seen that. I mean, it's really shooting up there.
Yeah. He showed me the progression. It's how they're working towards that way. So when it's done, it's going to be beautiful. He showed me the irrigation system. I'm sorry, not the irrigation.
Drainage.
The drainage system, how it was progressed, and how they connected it. It was very interesting. He's a very smart guy. Very smart guy. I'm not fond of architects because I deal with them all the time. But this guy's really he's like an architect but a project manager.
No, the drainage, we reviewed it,
Holy mackerel.
is unbelievable. It's very costly.
Yeah.
But they had to do it because it was so wet.
Yep. And they have that one detention pond
Yes.
that they're going to lay so much gravel in the bottom of it. They're gonna go start with sand, then riprap, then gravel, and then whatever grows in it will grow in it. But they don't anticipate that it'll have any kind of water in it for more than 2 days.
And that's the idea. It retains it during the storm
Right.
and lets it out easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You
Yeah.
still there, Abe?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I was going to say I'm going to let you go, but once again, thank you for taking on the police project, which I am looking forward to hearing what went down with the meeting. And if you want to add your 10 cents or 50 cents or whatever in regards to lack of attendance and interest at the meetings, go right ahead, because you know what it feels like, and I'll let it go at that, and have a good night, and everybody stay
You
healthy.
also.
Good night.
Good night.
Well,
Bye. Thank you.
how many years you been on the board?
Oh, God, I was on twice. Altogether, close to 20 years.
Okay, so because you care about the town.
Never missed a meeting.
Okay, perfect. In those the appointed boards, if you miss 6, you're out.
Appointed meeting board, I'm on I never missed a meeting on cable advisory.
Right. But if you six means you're out.
Right.
That's because you gotta log it in. You want to be a selectman on a select person. You want to be on the school committee. You're running for that office. You asked to be there. You asked people to vote for you. Have the respect to show up.
I will say this. We only had one planning board meeting in January, and that's because there wasn't a lot of business.
Well, then there's no reason to have it.
Right, there's no reason to have it because there was no real business to conduct. We've got one next Tuesday, this Tuesday coming up. And we'll have a second one in February because there are some businesses coming up now, but at the time there was nothing to cover.
Well, then there's no
Now,
sense in having a meeting.
And I know that last selectmen's meeting, there wasn't a lot of things on the agenda.
Was it posted?
Yeah.
Then
yeah,
you have the meeting.
because they had sent it out, but then at the last minute, because my guy, Aaron was ready to go. The last minute he got a call that it was canceled.
But they don't show up anyway. And it's embarrassing to have not have a quorum.
Well, if you
it's
didn't
5
have,
people.
if you don't have 3 people show up, you don't have a quorum.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But for you not to have a quorum out of 5 is ridiculous.
Maybe they should change the name quorum to quintuplet or something. Make it clearer. Isn't
No,
it?
you had to have an odd vote to make a vote.
Well, for
5.
for many years there was only 3 selectmen. Then they increased it to 5. Maybe go back to 3 again.
Then only one will show up if you go back.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And the town manager will have to be the
Well,
deciding vote.
if it's 3, the quorum is 2.
Right.
See, so you have to have 2 show up.
So, as Abe brought up, I did meet with the fire chief.
Yes.
And again, David and I have been friends for a long, long time. We sat down. He and I had a spirited discussion at the open house, at the thing. And I think he was put back a little bit. And I told him, I said, I have nothing against you, but I want my information. I want to know what's going on. And I said to him, before we start anything, I just want you to know that the public that I've spoken to, which is quite a few, have all said the same thing to me. That was not a forum for ideas. That was a forum where they were going to tell us what they
Here's
were
what
doing.
we're gonna do.
Here's what we're doing. Like it or lump it, which was not how it was built. So that was wrong. He understood that. One of the questions that I asked was, we went over the vehicles, one by one. There's about $5.9 million worth of equipment in that building.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah.
$5.9 million.
They use
Those trucks aren't cheap.
the used ones too, or
No, even forget the used ones.
But just
You've got a ladder, $1 million. You got 2 pumpers, $500,000 a piece. You got 2 pumpers down here, $500,000 a piece. You've got the chief's car. You've got the squad. You've got the 2 ambulances. You've got the bucket truck, and you've got
Isn't there a forest fire truck?
well, there's a forest fire truck, and there's also 2 trailers.
Yeah.
2 trailers. One is a decontamination trailer,
okay, yeah.
and one is a special trailer. So you've got rounded out to $6 million sitting in a building that's falling down around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He showed me. It took him $18,000 last year to set the front of the building to stop it from falling off.
It was falling in the
Wow.
street.
Literally falling in the street.
Oh, it's time.
Okay? Downstairs, on a good day, is that much standing water.
Oh my God.
Okay? So it's absurd.
And you know what that brings? Mold.
Of course it does. You've got mold. You've got single pane metal windows. Do you know how much oil he goes through a year?
So that building's a tear down.
Oh, it's a tear down.
It's an R factor of 0.
Right,
Those windows.
right. It's literally an R factor of 0. They had to try it in the squad room, which is just a room that they put a table in and made a kitchen out of it themselves. They put windows in because it was so cold they couldn't sit there.
So it's like a building that's even hazardous to the firemen. Then.
Well, it absolutely is, and
Yeah, so that's
and
fine.
that's one of the things that it was never said. David never said it. I got it other places. I got to some. If this doesn't go through,
Oh.
they're going to do Plymouth. They're going to do Plymouth because Plymouth is the feds came in and shut the fire station down.
That's
2 of them.
yeah.
So, and
And those weren't as bad as this one.
no, they weren't. They were bad because of the asbestos. But I'll
Right.
bet you there's somewhere you could find asbestos in that building. It's that bad.
Oh, you know you can. Building built in 1920s.
So not only that,
Man.
what John Q. Public, as I call him, thinks the number is going to be, you're not anywhere near it.
Yeah.
This is going to be 17 to 20 million. People look at Uxbridge because Uxbridge did theirs for 9 million. This is bigger than Uxbridge because you're bringing the 2 apparatus from here in the same location. And in the plan, they're going to take the people from the Cross Street School. Oh, no, not the Cross Street School. Where the building planning, the building and the code enforcement is.
Oh, the Aldrich School.
Aldridge School. And they're going to bring them over there. There's a section for them.
Why? I saw that in the plan. I said, why would you want to?
Here's why. Because they're the only 2 sections of that building that's being used.
Yep.
The whole rest of the building is empty.
Yeah, but they can't tear it down.
No, but sell it.
Who would buy it?
Who knows?
Yeah, I know.
Who knows? But if you bring them in there, now you've got a modern building, and they can walk back and forth because they work together. Code enforcement and fire inspection work together. So you're making it a dual building, per se, with land to do other things. They're going to have a practice tower. It's not a fire tower. It's just a practice tower. There's no flame in it, like Auburn has.
Right.
But they can put a car outside, tear the car apart, like they do. I mean, now it's sitting next to the firehouse. It looks like, a junkyard. But they have to practice with the jaws of life. They have to practice with the Hilti saws. These are things that have to be done. So when you're testing a kid to see as a person that can go up and down carrying a hose, you want to be able to see if they can really do that. So you have practice.
Well, not only that, you don't
and
want
you
to do
train.
it the night of the fire, but you want to have some experience.
Right.
It's like, like being in the Army and going to combat. You want to have training before you go
It's a training facility.
when it's for real. But what did he say about combining with the police?
The Building Planning Construction Committee asked the 2 chiefs and came up with the factor that they didn't need the 2 of them to be together.
Well, they wouldn't. They could be in the same building and separate.
You're talking to the wrong guy. You're talking to the wrong. I'm telling you what the answer was.
Right.
The answer was they didn't believe they needed to get out of the fire station, the police station now, and combine.
Because that's going to be the next thing.
Of course it is.
No funds then, huh?
If you're gonna do it right once.
Right.
We've never built a fire station, right? You've
Right.
got it. You said it better. This town has never put a dime out for a fire station. That was given. That was given.
Yep.
Sometime you got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
Do I think the facility is the location is great? No. They seem to think it's okay. because ISO doesn't have anything to do, as much to do with the other agency that calculates it, and they say that within 10 minutes is okay.
Now, what about the fact that you wouldn't even see it from the road?
They could care less. It's not a show place, it's a facility of work.
I realize that, but I mean, you make a good impression on people coming to town when they can see a nice
Do you
building.
really want any more people in town?
No, I don't
Let's be
want.
honest.
I just
Let's
like
be
to.
honest.
You want
Sure
more
that we have-
outsiders? You sure you want more?
Them damn outsiders.
You want more Venezuelans in here? What's wrong with you?
I mean, it seems strange though that you're gonna have to drive a quarter
This
mile down
town
the
ain't
road to
big
get to
enough
the
for
main
two
road.
Venezuelans.
I agree with you. I'm giving you the answers I was given. I asked the questions. I wasn't going to argue. I asked the questions. I got the answers. Those are the answers.
I mean, the main motive behind going there is the town owns the land.
right? It's big enough to do what they want to do.
Right, and town owns
You
it, so
go
you
in.
don't
It's a
have.
circle, and if you don't drive all the way in because you haven't used the apparatus behind it, you swing in, you back right in. It's that simple.
Right.
And I did a calculation. If you're taking a truck out of that station right now, do you know how much room from mirror to side of the garage door is?
I know it's tighter than all hell.
It's 3 inches on each side.
Oh my God.
Literally
What?
3 inches on each side to
The
get those
present building.
in the present building.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was designed for fire apparatus
they're big.
in
You got a little
1920.
training and parking.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
That's pretty
And
good.
and if you look at the trucks, there are no scratches. They take tremendous care of them. They are very vigilant in how
Oh,
they
those
back
drivers
in.
are unbelievable.
It's just to say, I mean, I live down in that area. I watched them come out and I laugh because it's a joke. The ladder truck comes out, it's got to back up to go down the main street. It can't turn out because it'll snap. It'll get caught on the
Yeah.
garage door. Or the apron's not big enough.
Long overdue.
Yeah. But and David was very forthcoming, and he's correct. Anybody that wants to go down there, he'll give them a tour. He'll show them what they're going through. When you go through, I mean, we have a full-time group that are living in quarters that were built that are not livable.
Yeah,
They
I
had
know.
to
Yeah,
they had to actually put somewhere in there to wash up.
Yeah, what is it? 3 days
Wow.
on?
No, it's two 24s.
Oh, two. Yeah.
They're 2 24s and
two-
not
two-
consecutive.
So, 2 days. You stay there
24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah.
It's one full day. You're off a day or two, and then one 24-hour, and then you're off 3.
Builds character.
Well, yeah, well. What you have is you have a very high level of paramedic firefighters, and what happens is they're out all night long, so there's no real sleeping involved.
No,
Because
if you seen how many calls they get, it's
3,000
unbelievable.
so far last year I think you said there was over 3,000
Unbelievable how
calls
many
for
calls.
service.
In town.
Yeah. Well,
The ambulance. Yeah, the ambulance doesn't stop.
right. You've got ambulance, you've got fire, you've got accident, you've got smoke, CO2. You got they went to the bomber school 40 times last year, just because they called and said we smell smoke or we smell this, and somebody's got a fire in the neighborhood. Well, they call them.
Yeah.
Wake up. 2 weeks ago there
Guy
was a
burning
smoking
leaves in his
monitor.
backyard.
A smoking monitor. Okay, unplug it. They call it fire department.
Yep.
So now, if they're over here, they're going to travel 10 minutes to get there. And they'll never figure out to unplug the damn monitor. But they used that as an excuse to get to school, too. They were stepping their bounds with calling down there constantly.
The school?
Yeah. I had an interesting conversation with the fire marshal about the school. We were talking about, because I said, it's just too far. He said, with the systems that are in the new school, he said they could catch fire every day and be put out within 30 seconds. Because the fire suppression system that's going in the school
Yep.
is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The only question you have is if you have to get an ambulance there, it's still going to take 10 minutes. But you have nurses.
Yep.
I never trusted a nurse anyway.
What?
Well, no, I mean, they're not doctors, they're nurses.
Right, well,
They're
ho-
a school nurse.
ho-
They're not in a hospital because they're a school nurse.
If you were a pregnant woman, you feel better about nurses.
Well, yeah, that's not what I meant.
Hopefully, there's not too many incidents where they need an ambulance at the school.
Right. Like somebody gets knocked out.
Yeah,
Oh. How's that kid doing anyway?
but that was
Fine.
that was made into worse than what it was.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, he was shaking or something. They had to put him in a coma, you said,
Yeah,
right? It wasn't
yeah.
like he went into a
No,
coma.
no, he did not go into a
Because he
coma.
was just
He was put into a coma. So that they could
rattling around
reset
too
his jaw.
much.
Yeah.
He
Yes,
wouldn't-
'cause they had to reset his jaw,
wouldn't
which
stay
is
in
pretty
place.
painful.
It's very painful.
Yeah.
So the fake news all over again then.
Oh, it's bananas. Bananas. But that's where we stand. There's no, go ahead.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, Barry.
Go ahead, you're on.
Hey guys.
Hey, Barry.
Yeah. Hey, just a few comments on the fire station, Russ. Okay. You're right. The town of Northborough, they did a 26,000 square foot, or they're proposing it, and they're right around between 18 and 19 million dollars. But if you remember, one of the DPW proposals came in at 9 million, and that was rejected. And also the present DPW facility, when that originally was designed, it had a admin section, it had a locker room, it had a showers, and a day room, and all that was eliminated to keep the cost down, to bring the present facility. I think it came around $2.5 million. So if you look at the present proposed fire station, I agree. You see, if you look at the left front, you see 2,000 square feet for the new town hall / fire station, where the people from the Aldrich School is planned to be moved down there. My thoughts is you're going to have the 2008 wing of the middle school being emptied. You could move those people there, and you're going to save 2,000 square feet off the cost of the fire station. The second thing is you have a day room and a classroom in the fire station. The classroom and the day room, can become multifunctional. You could put up collapsible desks and chairs to make that a combined day room and classroom, thus eliminating the day room. And then there's also a gym in the fire station. Now, like I said, we got to watch our pennies here, because if you think 2020 tax bill was bad, wait till the 2021. So can they use the gym at the Whiten Community Center? These are just some thoughts. And now you have a 3,000 square foot garage out in back of that proposed fire station. I think you could do it at around 2,200 square feet instead of 3,000, but that's just my thought. And if you do it under those small type buildings like that, you don't need an architect and engineer. You can do the same thing we did with the DPW. You just hire an OPM, and you can deal direct with, as the company in Sutton or General Steel to do the garage building and save costs. I think there's still two big major hurdles, and that's something that the selectmen have to decide. Do they want an ambulance response greater than 5 minutes to the schools? And ledge is still an unknown variable down there. If they can do something with the architect and engineer to safeguard the town from any unexpected costs with that ledge down there, that I don't know if that's possible. Like you said last week, we spent an additional $1.5 million when we hit the ledge at the high school, and that was costs back then. So I would imagine it, with inflation and everything else, those costs have increased. So, we have to look at, see what we can do to economically, help the taxpayers. And yes, the fire station in Uxbridge was $9.2 million. That was also with them purchasing some land, and that was with 15,000 square feet. Could they use something like that and add to it, and still also have that outbuilding and get by don't know. That's something maybe the Board of Selectmen should ask. But 18 to $20 million is quite a hit with everything else the taxpayers are being faced with, and hopefully they could do something to help. Just some of those innovative thoughts. But that's just some quick thoughts, and I just wanted to add a couple of things, little housekeeping articles. And Harry, you should be familiar with this. 42 years ago, 6th and the 7th, the blizzard of '78, and with your vinyl record show, 1959, February 3rd was the anniversary of the day the music died. For those that remember,
yes.
the Big Bopper, Richie Valens, and Buddy Holly. But hey, just some comments, and let somebody else call in. Stay safe and stay well, gentlemen.
All right.
All right, babe.
But, as
So-
far as,
So
is-
there's,
well, as far as the ledge goes, if you're gonna do land procurement, that would probably cost as much as getting rid of the ledge.
well, and I did talk to him about that, and they've done borings. They have older borings, and they say where that is not gonna be deep enough to hit the ledge. These are the questions I asked. The functionality of the individual property and what they're gonna put in it is, and they had to cut back from 22 million, because it started out at 22 million. And one of the things that they were looking at is the NFPA, National Fire Protection Agency. They're the ones that really okay the 10 minutes.
Yep.
They also have a hand in things that you need and don't need. You need a decontamination room for the equipment now, because of
Yes.
the cancers. And you can't go back through the decontamination area. Your equipment has to be in one spot. You have to shower off. You have to come out around the other way, and then the dryer comes out that way. So these are the things that have to be.
Yeah.
And you can't scrimp on them because you have to have them. Again, you're not taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 2 is 8, 2 is 10 vehicles, and molding them into a building, it's 12, because you got 2 here,
Yep.
and then the trailers, and then the equipment downstairs. So that facility in the back is for the trailers and what you don't need, because they have to have a. They've been using the. I'm not going to get this right. It's a 4-wheel drive, all-terrain vehicle. They've been using a ton. So they have to put that somewhere. You don't want
Right.
that in the main facility, because you don't use it as often as you use the squad, the
Right.
ambulances, things like that. So that's what that building is for. They didn't put the all-terrain in that picture, but that's where that's going to go. How's if 2 hours?
Keeping a satellite station, like Barry was suggesting, that can be more costly over the long
Oh, it's
term.
huge. It's huge.
You got to pay to heat it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to
And
maintain
you got to man
it.
it. Now you got to man it.
You got to man it. Yeah.
You have to man it. That's why they're looking for something as central as possibly they could. That's why they put it there, because it's as central as they possibly could get it. If you put it where the school is, they don't feel that the response to the Rockdale section will be higher. It will be
Right.
11 to 12 to 13 minutes. Whereas you obviously, it's a tough turning radius anyway. You'd have to set that back heavily.
Tell you one thing, it's closer for me.
Well, yeah, it's right down the block from you. Good for you.
Right.
And do you know there's a back road out of there? Out of that property?
Oh, hook into the subdivision?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I
So
didn't
if
know.
something happened there, they can go out the back road.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. I'm telling you, David was very forthcoming and gave me all of the information that I needed to see what was going on. So anybody that wants to go down and see what this looks like and get a look at what he taught, they'll answer any questions you want.
Well, that'd be great for the people that live off of Benson Road and Suzanne and
Mm-hmm.
Marion Drive. They'll have a fire station right in their backyard.
But yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
And it is closer to Riverdale Mill as a manufacturing.
and that's
facility.
constant.
I know.
They had a fire there the other night,
Again.
and again, and guess who showed up?
Who?
The fire marshal.
Really?
Guess what he had? His drone.
Oh,
They have 9 drones that they fly over a fire, and it has infrared. And they
They
fly
can
over
tell
and
where the fire is.
see what's going on
Yeah.
from above.
They
Wow.
found it?
Well, they knew where it was because it's a specific machine that does
Wow.
it. That
Yeah.
happens, but
They have a
but
problem with
just
that
to go
machine a lot.
around the back and see what's going on and see if there's anybody.
It doesn't do a lot of damage,
It's a
but
lot of
it's
smoke.
something that's got to be taken care of. You can't just let it go.
Yeah, but it's interesting how the fire service has drones now,
Yeah.
and he's really good at it. He's very proficient at it. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. We're very lucky to have him in town.
Yeah, he lives in
Yeah,
town.
he lives on Cooper Road. He's a great guy. Great guy. Yelled at me.
I mean, I don't want to see my taxes go up. I pay a lot now, but what are you going to do?
I liken it to the roof. You bought a new car because you needed a new car.
Right.
It's really pretty, but your roof's leaking.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, believe me, I'm not feeling a federal tax cut. I got to pay a lot of money this year.
It's because you're rich. You're one of the billionaires they're trying to get rid of.
The 1%.
Yeah.
1% Harry, they call him.
I mean, because they don't, I don't take tax out of my Social Security check, and now
Oh.
I get hammered at the end of the year.
Ah.
But and I get fined because I didn't pay it all year. Hit you with a small fine too. But that's besides the point.
I know a tax lawyer. Don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, so on another quick subject, my wife told me about the sidewalk sale. And she said if you want to man a table for it, you can have a table for the station and do some shooting and whatever.
When is that?
Oh, you mean
June,
we
I
can
think.
set up a
June,
booth?
is it?
Oh, good.
You can set up. You don't have to set up anything. There'll be a table for you if you want it for the
Yeah.
station and do a little interviews around or whatever.
For
do-
NCTV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I usually do it for WCRN.
You can do it for WCRN then if you want. It doesn't matter. Whichever. Do it for WCRN. You can get a table just.
I have one at
free.
the expo.
Well, you can get one there for free.
Oh, okay. Wasn't that
When
going
is
to be
the
in
expo?
June? The
think
expo's
it's
on May
June.
14th.
Okay.
March 14th.
That's a great time.
March 14th. Hopefully, we're going to have the continuing having the same winter.
Yeah, should be nice. Well, tonight's gonna be a little ugly.
Yeah,
March. It's gonna be
March
cold tonight.
14th.
Cold tonight?
You know what's
we don't care
terrible?
if it's cold. We don't want any snow.
Oh.
No, I don't mind snow. It's the ice I don't want.
Right now we're getting the ice tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Ooh.
But yeah, March 14th.
By
so,
the way, I know you're gonna get a kick out of this, but I was told that the field is under budget. It's over budget. Way over budget.
wait a minute, they haven't started it.
What they planned on and what went out for bid, two different things.
Oh, the bid came back
Mm-hmm.
over what they planned. Okay, that's why.
So they didn't plan correctly. They didn't get a true cost on what was going to happen, and they put out a number, and the number is way higher than the number that they have.
Well, you can't spend it because it wasn't appropriated.
Oh no, you can't touch it.
No.
It's X amount of dollars.
Yeah. You can only spend what was appropriated,
I will know that.
and they'd have to go back to town meeting and get a new appropriation.
And you'd have to go back to the people.
Yeah, and
Was that
yeah,
a
and
debt
you got to
exclusion?
yeah, it was a debt exclusion, so you have to go back. It's got to be on the ballot again.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I don't know if they could do that in the short time we got left.
No, I don't think they can.
For
So-
one thing, the town meeting warrant will be closing sometime in March,
Yep, it does. Closes
the end of March, maybe.
third Monday in March.
Yeah, see, so we're down to a little over a month away,
Mhm.
couple of months away, you might say.
Mhm.
And then you got to get it on a ballot for the
The
yeah
May town meeting.
May town meeting too.
Or just cut it back.
Yeah,
Don't have lights. Don't have as big a bleachers. Whatever.
No lights?
What are you gonna do?
well, it depends. You got to cut somewhere.
No grass.
Yeah,
Well, that's the whole thing was the turf,
right.
which doesn't make any turf and track.
Yeah.
Turf and track.
Wow.
Northbridge is going places.
Yeah, but they're not good places right now. Because whoever did the calculations didn't do them well.
Well, didn't they get it from one of the people who were going to bid on it or something like that?
I don't know. All I know is it's way over
And
budget.
the thing is that the also situation comes into play is when you go out to bid, when you go in to plan something, and it takes 2 or 3 years before you finally get it, prices go up.
Yep. Well, what do you call that?
Inflation.
Inflation.
No, but what do you call it when you put it in the budget? Contingency.
Oh, yeah.
You in the school you put a contingency in. In the fire station you put a contingency in. That's what you do.
The planning board, when we set the bond, or the cash, whatever, we have a contingency in that because by
Yeah.
the time it's completed, you know that there's a chance it's gonna be increases in cost.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we're up against is it's based on private contractors doing the work. And if they walk away and the town had to do the work, we have to pay prevailing wage and there goes the cost way. We had that actually happen. We had to finish a project and we had to do it under prevailing wage. Fortunately, we found someone that was able to do it, but these are things that you gotta take into consideration. I think we do about a 10% contingency.
That's standard.
Yeah.
That's standard. The bonds are what you got to watch out for now.
Yeah.
Who's getting the bonds? Because they've become pretty lenient on bonds. I just was involved. I just had the paperwork of a bond program that had somebody did a building, and they owe $92,000 on the building, so they put a lien on the building.
Yeah.
And you put a contractor's lien on the building, they can't have a CO on the building. No certificate of occupancy. You can't go in the building
Wow.
till that $92,000 is paid.
Yep.
And the bond wasn't big enough to cover it. It's tough,
Yep.
but they want people to do work, so they make the bonds more lenient. So somebody that wasn't as
Responsible?
thank you. That was a good one. I was going to go a different, but that's great. Responsible got a bond, and they didn't.
Well,
do
you
the
know what
job
happens
correctly.
too? They run into a problem, and it raises the cost, and they don't have the money. So they just say, forget it. I mean, that was a similar situation with Shiny Rocks.
Yeah.
The road cost him so much that he went broke.
Oh, yeah?
But he had a bank guarantee. In other words, he had a line of credit from the bank that was his bond. So when he went broke, the bank took it. Then the bank went out and found someone to finish it, but it took a while for him to get it done.
I'm sure.
And then they ended up selling it.
the whole complex up there, or just the
Yeah.
golf? The whole.
Well, the homes are owned privately.
Yeah.
The golf course is owned privately,
Yeah.
separate. But it took a long time before they built the clubhouse.
2 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
The golf course was open. They didn't have a clubhouse for 2 years.
had a trailer.
That's right. I was just gonna say a trailer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was, you had to get the money together and you had to have someone to run it and everything else. So it took them a while.
It's amazing they survived. Trailer.
I tell you, every golf course that gets built seems to it happens. The original builder goes broke because it's costly. It's costly to build anything, and that's one thing that's rising. But you know what? I was told by a realtor that Northbridge is hot. You can't find houses for sale.
Oh,
around.
it's.
Northbridge, really?
Yeah.
My son sold his house up the block
Yeah,
in an hour.
yeah.
An hour, and he had 2 bids.
You're interested in selling? It's the time to do it.
If I sold my house, my wife would have to go with the house. She's not getting out of it. She
Yeah.
won't leave.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. Don't say it in public.
You work it into the price, and I say, look at she'll clean, she'll cook.
It's a bonus.
You get a school behind your house.
You gotta, yeah. and a built-in maid service.
There you go. The pool boy's not coming with it.
But Northbridge housing is really hot.
Well, that's good.
But it's all through actually the Blackstone Valley is pretty
Yeah.
hot.
Very, very popular. They had to put a train out here. Say goodbye.
Oh my God.
Say goodbye.
The talk is strong.
And the problem that they have is so many people go to Grafton
Yes.
To get the train, you can't get a parking space.
No.
You're not there at
Oh,
6:15.
Grafton is ridiculous.
You're not getting a parking space.
They want to expand it again, but they got no place to expand.
Grafton is outrageous, crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of that parking lot.
The success of that station has been unbelievable. And you don't have just Grafton. You can go to Westboro. It's not that much further away. Or you can go into Worcester. But people like that Grafton station because, well, probably it's easier to get to.
Go to Ashland.
Yeah, well, it's easy to get to, and there's a lot of traffic, but it's not all at once.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good spot. But
I
yeah.
never realized that when you went there, you had to have obviously a ticket to ride the railway, but you also have to pay for your parking.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, but when they figure out what it costs you to park in Boston,
Oh yeah. A give.
it's cheaper.
Oh, they just sold a parking spot in Boston for $500,000.
I know.
That's it?
It's where you put your car.
Yeah.
Hey, $500,000.
And we're not talking a big space
No,
either.
it's just a face. You crazy? And now, the South Station project. We're going to make it worse.
What's going on in South Station?
A 30-story building.
Yeah,
Really?
All right, on top of South Station.
up above.
On top of South Station.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mixed use of offices and retail.
They're running out of room.
5-year project.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean
All glass.
All glass? That's good for you, right?
No, I don't
No?
do exterior. Only do
Oh.
interior.
You're
But I'll
gonna
do some of that.
you're gonna see eventually the Mass Pike disappear. They'll sell the air above it.
Yeah?
Which was illegal. And then when they put that Stop and Shop in.
Yeah,
How they got away with that, I don't know.
but you'll see that. You'll see that. That's not. It's
called
not a
selling
stop. That's a
airspace.
Shaw's now. That was
Yes,
a Star Market.
Whatever it was,
The
Star Market,
Shaw's.
whatever that was.
I actually went to that store when I was working for Costa.
But that's called selling airspace, and it's really illegal.
Really?
But you got the hotel.
Yeah, I know.
You got
How
the,
they got that through? Somebody got paid off.
Yeah, but you're gonna see that happening
Oh, I
because
don't doubt
where
it.
else they gonna
Is
go?
that the one that would you go under?
Yeah.
That looks scary there. It's kind of heavy, isn't it? Wouldn't that just collapse?
Wow.
Engineers, man, I hope they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They weren't
Been-
so good with the big dig.
That looks pretty.
Well, that
heavy.
that market's been there for a lot of years.
40
Yes,
years
I
that I
know.
know of.
I know.
More than that.
That's I said 40 years that I know of.
Yeah.
Airspace, huh?
Let's see. I first went under it when I was about 17, going into Boston. So we're talking over 50 years ago. And you know, to get into that store, you have to go up from the street. There's actually an escalator to take you into the store. Very small. I've been in there. It's about the size of a convenience store.
What? What
It's a
else do they
super-
have
It's
there?
a market. It's a supermarket,
That's
but
it?
it's very small and very tight.
Nothing else? No
No,
living space?
I've never been in it. I just see it whenever I buy it.
No, I happened. I had to go there to do some work for Costa. It's a couple of years ago now. I haven't worked for him for a while. And yeah, you had to go up the stairway, up the escalator, and you go into the store. And everything, it's tight. They got a lot of stuff in there. They fit it tight. It's a tight store.
Mm.
But and used to be able to see the road. The windows came right down, but they blocked them off. They blocked them off because they're using the space for shelving. Yeah, that's it.
Well, at the same time, how come they have places like in Natick, that mall there, some space that they're closing stores? They close Sears down, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's
Well,
up with that?
the malls are going through a renovation now. You know, if you ever went out to Hadley,
Yeah.
2 huge malls,
hmm
and I don't know if they're both still open. One of them was completely closed at one point.
Ingleside is closed.
No, Ingleside?
Ingleside is
That's in
one,
Holyoke.
Yeah, there's one anchor there now.
You're kidding
Yeah,
me.
there's a bunch of it's empty.
Oh my
Parking
God.
lot's empty.
Malls are dying, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, because everybody's buying it online.
Yeah.
But Ingleside, that would
That was a huge
that would
mall.
that would yeah, that was like the Galleria in Worcester.
That's closed too, by the way.
It's gone. It's gone.
The teenagers are growing up. That's why.
You know what's ridiculous though? I just had it happen today. I was in a place today, and somebody bought a shower door online, and asked the company I was sitting talking to if they would come and put it in for them. They're like, no, no.
showered.
The moment I touch it, I'm responsible for it. How do I know you bought the right door? You measured it correctly, and there's no outages. No. Get
Yeah.
out. And the guy finally, he's an older fella, and he's like, "Get out, just get out."
Well, the thing is,
That's pretty gutsy. You're gonna buy it from somebody else and want them to stop what they're doing and put your shower door in.
He just came in from the street. And
Yeah.
I can put my,
Yeah.
it went into your place.
Well, not me. It was one of my customers.
Oh,
I was down in Southbury, Connecticut today, and I was shocked. I'm like, and I know this. I know this guy for 30 years, and he's old Marine, old rough and tumble, and he's like, "Get out." I'm like, he's funny. I'm like, I just boggles my mind.
but you know what? They don't want closed malls now. They want the open mall. That's why Millbury
Yeah.
place is doing phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
oh, they want the open.
They want the open for some reason.
Concept kind of deal.
I'll tell you, I was in the Natick Mall 3 weeks ago with my granddaughter. It was packed. Packed.
Yeah, that one's always done well.
Yeah.
Well, they got Wingmans there.
Yeah, Wegmans is there. But there's like so many stores.
Yeah, that's a multi-story Wegmans, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't go in it.
I think so.
We went for lunch. And
Maybe no. I went. Well, I guess if it
Macy's
is
is there. Nordstrom's there. Some
Lord and Taylor.
Lord and Taylor. Good Lord. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
The Christmas time. Lord and Taylor. Good Lord.
good
The
lord.
guy used to go to the whole list of things. He's not around anymore.
How are those guys doing, Lord and Taylor? You know, because that's a
all right.
pricey store. isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, so's Nordstrom's.
Yeah, Nordstrom's very
Neiman and Marcus?
pricey. Yeah, very pricey.
they're there.
Neiman Marcus. Yeah. Huh.
Now they got a Nordstrom's racket up at Blackstone Valley.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah, that's the discount outlet.
care less.
That's the discount outlet.
Ross is
What?
pretending he doesn't care. Well, he's a regular client. at
I
Nordstrom.
do not. I am not a clothes guy. I am not a. I
See him
am.
over there.
This is a Christmas present. Trust me. I'm not. I am not a. You see me during the day; it all has company logos on it.
Yeah.
I am not going out to buy clothes. I just don't like it.
You are a Giants fan,
I
though.
am a Giants fan. ain't that a bitch?
Oh no.
And you got
Hey, how about speaking of sports? The Red Sox are out of their minds.
They had to do it.
What they do?
They got rid of Mookie Betts.
They had to. They had to get. They have to
Mookie
get.
Betts.
They
Yeah.
have to. They have to get their
I know, their payroll down.
their payroll down.
Oh, the guy wanted a lot of money.
Well, he gets a lot of money.
4 million.
He wanted, no.
40
He wanted
million.
400 million next year.
Yeah.
What? Only 400 million?
Only 400
that's
million
all.
for a 10. I
Serious.
think it's like 7, 8, or 10
See that
years.
stuck up for long.
Imagine that to play baseball.
I know.
Imagine that.
400 million, huh?
400
Unbelievable. Isn't
million.
it?
What?
We don't pay doctors who save lives that much money,
Yep.
but we pay a guy who can hit a baseball and catch a baseball $400 million for 8 years.
That's why it costs you your mortgage payment to go to a baseball game.
And just
Is
don't
he
go anymore.
gonna? Is he going
Right.
someplace else now then, or what?
He's going to California. Help me.
I can't remember now. I heard it, but I can't remember.
The
it.
White Sox?
Not the Giants.
The Blue Sox?
No. I can't remember the name of it.
Angels.
The Green
No,
Sox?
not the Angels.
Purple Sox?
Uh,
They all wear
Dodgers.
socks.
The
LA
Dodgers.
Dodgers. Yeah, he's
But-
going to, and
You
and he's
forgot the
bringing that-
Dodgers.
and he's bringing that nitwit pitcher with him.
Is he gonna get 400
Hey,
million on the
they think
Dodgers?
so.
We gotta go.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow night. My guest is gonna be Paul Lemire from the Orange Salon. Be interesting. Guy knows all about hair coloring. See you tomorrow night. See you next week.